All right. Now, we're going to be going through the card for Money in the Bank. Of course, Money in the Bank will be taking place tomorrow at the O2 Arena in London, England. And let me tell you guys, I could easily come on here and say, oh, I'm not excited for Money in the Bank. Nah, man, I'm excited for Money in the Bank. The reason why is because of the crowd in London. You guys in the UK, of course, are striving for fucking wrestling. And it's going to be the same thing when AEW goes to Wembley. Bro, the UK fans, whether you like them or hate them, and trust me, there's a lot of UK fans that I feel like think way too fucking much and go a little bit too fucking in depth with a lot of the shit that I hear on fucking Twitter. But you can't deny the UK fans are the most passionate fucking fans in the entire wrestling business. They really are. They are so fucking passionate. Anytime WWE goes to the UK, the crowd is just up on their feet. When they went to Cardiff last year for Clash at the Castle, that crowd was on their fucking feet the entire time. I could just immediately think of the match between Sheamus versus Gunther. One of the best things that WWE has done when it comes to their pay-per-view format, especially now, is going to all of these different international markets. Because it really gives you a sense of difference when it comes to any other WWE show you watch. And that has a lot to do with the atmosphere in the crowd. Even Saudi Arabia. I'm against the idea of WWE going to Saudi Arabia. But I have to say, the crowd in Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions was 10 times better than I have ever seen any crowd for Saudi Arabia ever since WWE started going there. So it goes to show you that people are definitely invested in what the fuck they are watching. Not only that, Money in the Bank is just going to be a phenomenal show. Of course, we got the main event. We got Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa taking on the Usos in the Bloodline Civil War. All right, let's go through the match card. We're going to start all the way at the bottom. We got the Intercontinental Championship match with Gunther defending his title against Matt Riddle. Overall, who do I think is going to be winning this match? It's obvious that Gunther is going to be winning. But the biggest takeaway that I can give you is that this is probably going to be the match of the night. Now, I know that's hard to say considering the main event is a tag team match regarding the Bloodline. But still, if you want to talk about just a knockdown, just guys beating the shit out of each other type of match, Gunther versus Matt Riddle is basically the match for you. I will put this on par with Sheamus versus Gunther at Clash at the Castle last year. Those guys murdered each other last year, and it was probably one of the best matches of 2022. Do I see this match being probably one of the best matches of 2023? I do not know. Could it be in the top 10? Maybe, but still. A lot of people are sleeping on this match, I feel like, but these guys are going to be tearing the house down at Money in the Bank, especially with the hot crowd in London. You know for a fact, man, these guys are going to go crazy for a guy like Gunther. So who is my pick to win this match? Gunther will be retaining the Intercontinental Championship. We got Cody Rhodes taking on Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day. Honestly, this match could go either way. I do see Cody Rhodes getting the win. I know a couple of people see Dominic Mysterio getting the win. And honestly, if Dominic Mysterio gets the win, I wouldn't be upset whatsoever because Dominic, say what you want. And yes, I hate the comparisons that people give with Dominic Mysterio and MJF because they're not even on the same level as one another. But you can't deny the work that Dominic Mysterio has been doing in Judgment Day has been probably the best thing for Dominic's career. Dominic being involved with the Judgment Day, I can remember at first being a little bit skeptical on the decision to move Dominic from his own father all the way to Judgment Day. But now, with the amount of heat that he is garnering, Dominic Mysterio is doing the best work of his whole career. But do I see Dominic Mysterio getting the win? I can definitely see him getting the win. I see two scenarios happening. Either Cody Rhodes gets the win and Brock Lesnar, attacks him after the match, or Brock Lesnar during the match causes Cody Rhodes the match and Dominic Mysterio gets the win. Either or, it's going to be, at the end of the day, one of these men are going to be winning. It can go either way, but my pick to win this match, personally, I do see Brock Lesnar causing Cody Rhodes the match and Dominic Mysterio getting the win. In our next match, we got the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match, a match that, in my opinion, I do not give a single shit about. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, who are the champions, will be defending their titles against Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Of course, Liv Morgan made a return, I believe, last week on SmackDown. And is anybody interested? Nope, nobody is. Who do I see winning this match? Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Let's move on. World Heavyweight title match. We got Seth freaking Rollins taking on Finn Balor. Judgment Day is all over this show. Of course, we got Dominic taking on Cody. Finn Balor taking on, of course, Seth Rollins for the world title, as well as Damian Priest being involved in the Money in the Bank. This is another one of those matches that it could honestly go either way. Look, there's pros and cons with, Finn Balor winning the match. If Finn Balor wins the match, of course, he's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion. And, of course, with the way that WWE is building Judgment Day right now, honestly, they're probably going to be the second faction in all the entire company next to the Bloodline. But if you think about it, Finn Balor winning the World Heavyweight Championship is not necessarily a bad idea to begin with because, of course, as I stated earlier, there is a story being told regarding the tension between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Damian Priest wants to do things on his own. Meanwhile, Finn Balor, of course, wants to be the World Heavyweight Champion. They had a backstage segment on Raw a couple of weeks ago in which, Finn Balor says, I hope you win Money in the Bank, and I hope I become the World Heavyweight Champion. But if I win, the World Heavyweight Championship and you win Money in the Bank, you're not going to cash on me, right? Right then and there, they kind of set the stage of what it looks like they're going to be doing heading in, towards the next couple of months on WWE television regarding Judgment Day. And it looks like Damian Priest is on the verge to becoming a babyface, and he's going to get split away from the Judgment Day. And, of course, Damian Priest's replacement is going to be J.D. McDonough. That's what I see happening. But the biggest con that I see with Finn Balor winning this match is the fact that it basically would show that Seth Rollins' title reign was kind of cut short. Because if you think about it, Seth Rollins won his World Heavyweight title a little over a month ago. So if you think about it, Seth Rollins' title reign would be drastically cut short, which absolutely sucks because I really wanted a lengthy title reign with Seth Rollins. But I'm not against the idea of Finn Balor winning the World Heavyweight Championship. But who do I see honestly winning this match? Seth Rollins will be retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. We got the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got Zelina, Becky Lynch, Bayley, Io Sky, Trish Stratus, and Zoe Stark. Out of all of the women in this match, there's only one woman who should win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And it's going to be Io Sky. It has to be Io Sky. It should not be Trish Stratus, and it should not be Becky Lynch, and it should not be Bayley. Zelina's not even going to win this match. Zoe Stark is nowhere near going to be winning this match. No chance in hell those two women are going to be winning this match. But there's only one person that should win, and it should be Io Sky. I've been talking about this for months. Damage Control is a failed experiment. Nobody gives a single shit about what WWE is doing with Damage Control. I don't give a crap what anybody says. You fucking Damage Control stands on the internet if you guys exist. But nobody gives a shit about Damage Control. Damage Control is a failed experiment. And I do see Io Sky going on her own. And she should be the only woman that should win the Money in the Bank ladder match. We got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Santos Escobar of the LWO, Butch from the Brawling Brutes, LA Knight, Damian Priest of the Judgment Day, and Logan Paul. Two guys only come into mind, and I talked about this earlier. LA Knight and Damian Priest are the only two logical winners of the Money in the Bank. But if you really think about it, there's only one logical member that makes total sense. And it's really LA Knight. Now, I know what people are thinking. LA Knight, what would be the plan for LA Knight if he wins Money in the Bank? Because, let's be honest, he's not going to cash in immediately. If you think about it, the Money in the Bank, the winner of the Money in the Bank can hold on to that briefcase for a whole fucking year. You have a whole year to decide what you want to do with LA Knight. LA Knight should win the Money in the Bank because, if you think about it, LA Knight is a star in the making. And he deserves the push that he really deserves. He really does. He has organic reactions with the audience. Not only that, he is everything that WWE would envision a wrestler. If you think about it, he is. He has the charisma. He has the look. He has everything. I talked about this last week on the WrestleHavoc podcast. He is everything a WWE superstar, the way WWE views them to be. It's exactly who LA Knight is. He controls the audience. He has the audience in the palm of his hands. He is that damn good. Damian Priest. makes sense as well. And if Damian Priest won the Money in the Bank, I wouldn't be upset if that happened either. Because again, there's an ongoing story with Damian Priest and Finn Balor that WWE has yet to be told. They're starting to really tell that story, of course, in the build-up towards this match, or this show, I should say. But it really hasn't come into fruition yet, but we're definitely on our way there. So it's either Damian Priest or LA Knight to win. Logan Paul should not win whatsoever, because all you are is you're just going to garner short-term attention that nobody's going to care about after. Okay? Logan Paul already garners mainstream attention whenever he enters a WWE ring. You do not need to give him the Money in the Bank, nor you should give him the World Heavyweight title to garner more publicity, because he already garners that publicity with just being there. Just the idea of him being there, you already have a lot of publicity at your hands. You don't need a lot more. Okay, I get wrestling's a business, but creatively, in my opinion, Logan Paul winning the Money in the Bank just does not make sense. Give it to the guys that actually, are here full time, like Damian Priest and LA Knight. But who do I see winning this men's Money in the Bank? LA Knight will win the Money in the Bank. We got the main event, the Bloodline Civil War. The Bloodline has officially imploded, as Roman Reigns, teaming up with the Usos' younger brother, Solo Sikoa, the enforcer, Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline, taking on the Usos in the match that, honestly, is going to have everybody talking. The Bloodline storyline, I feel like I say it almost every fucking week, but the Bloodline storyline has been the best thing in WWE television for the past, this whole year alone, and of course, late last year. The Bloodline stuff has been tremendous, everything about it. And I've come on here and said specifically that this particular storyline is the best story that WWE has told in the modern era. And I still stand by that statement. The Bloodline stuff is the best thing, not only in WWE, but it's literally the best thing going on in the industry right now. Nothing can top the Bloodline stuff right now. And now we got Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa taking on the Usos at Money in the Bank. Could we be looking at a Match of the Year contender? Maybe. I mean, WWE on pay-per-view has literally been fucking fantastic. But who's going to be winning this match? I believe the Usos will be getting the win. But is Roman Reigns going to get pinned? I do not see Roman Reigns getting pinned in this match. I just do not see Roman Reigns getting pinned. I either see Solo Sikoa getting the win, or maybe after the match, if, when the Bloodline, or when Roman Reigns and Solo lose, then, Roman Reigns just gets pissed off with Solo Sikoa, and then we lead towards Solo Sikoa to break away from Roman Reigns, and now Roman Reigns is all alone, which then leads to maybe a one-on-one match between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. That's what I possibly see happening. Could there be a chance of Roman Reigns getting the win? Maybe. Yeah, Roman Reigns and Solo could easily get the win over the Usos. But don't count out the Usos. I do think the Usos will be going over in this match. The match will be tremendous. The London crowd will eat this shit up. Absolutely. They will 100% eat this shit up, and it's going to be a phenomenal match. Guaranteed to you. All right. That was my Money in the Bank 2023 preview and predictions.